Take it away, Delilah.
All right, here we go. All right, so it's this week in NFL history, and I actually got about a week of stuff. All right, so here we go. So on December 1st, 1991, Mr. Dan Marino sets an NFL record when he reaches 3,000 yards passing for the eighth time in his career during the Dolphins' 33-14 win over Tampa Bay at Joe Robbie Stadium. So that was like the big one for December 1st. On December 2nd, it just so happens 1984, Dan Marino just popped up again. It just happened in the 80s. If you were around the 80s, Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino was going to pop up a lot, right? So anyway, December 2nd, 1984, Dan Marino breaks NFL single season touchdown pass record when he throws his 37th in the Dolphins 45-34. That it was a loss, but again, he did break a single season record. December 2nd, 1985. Chicago Bears head coach Mike Ditka and his defensive coordinator got almost into a fight during halftime because it was the first loss that the 85 Bears faced, which is ironically was against Miami. So it was a 38-24 loss to the Miami Dolphins at the Orange Bowl, Chicago's only loss of that NFL season. And yeah, basically during the halftime, Mike Ditka and Buddy Ryan almost got into it. I mean, it got pretty physical, but didn't come to blows, but it got pretty close. Same year, 1985, same day, December 2nd. It was the first time, which is crazy when you think about it, that quarterback legends Dan Marino and John Elway actually faced each other. They did play against each other two times after that. But that was the first time that Dan Marino and John Elway played against each other, faced each other in a game was on December 2nd, 1985. December 3rd, 1933, Joe Lilliard, the QB for the Chicago Cardinals, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Cardinals was our team. And then they got moved to Arizona because the Bears used to be the Staleys. But anyway, outside of that, he was the last NFL black quarterback because unfortunately, I don't know if you guys remember, we kind of got into this during DWD. I did talk about when the NFL was reintegrated, but this is when segregation happened. And so he was the last black quarterback in the NFL until 1946 when the NFL was desegregated again. December 3rd, 1944, there was a temporary merger of two NFL teams. I don't know. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Cardinals. What happened in the 1940s, if people remember their history, was during World War II. So there were actually quite a few teams that merged during that time. It had to do with monetary reasons, but also players because people were going overseas. But it dissolved as soon as the World War II ended in 1945. So they actually went back to normal operations. But there was a brief merger between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Cardinals in 1944. December 4th, 1977. That is the NFL's 5,000th game when Cincinnati beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-7. Again, the NFL, remember, was relatively young. People weren't really into it. So by the time 1977 came around, the fact that there was a 5,000th game was a big deal. December 5th, 1974 was the birth of the Seattle Seahawks. That's when they were actually formed. So December 5th, 1974 was the birth of the Seattle Seahawks. December 5th, 2008, not as exciting, but that's when former NFL O.J. Simpson is sentenced to 33 years in prison. I think you guys remember what happened. You know, he tried to get all his stuff back, was charged with armed robbery. He didn't complete 33 years. I don't know if you guys know that. Even though he was sentenced, he was not in jail for that amount of time. And then finally, December 6th, 1992, the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Jerry Rice catches an NFL record 101 touchdown and when the 49ers beat Miami at Candlestick Park 27-3. So Jerry Rice caught his 101st touchdown December 6th, 1992. And our last stat, December 6th, 2018. Derrick Henry, King Henry, who we know, explodes for a franchise record of 233 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 30-9 win over the Jaguars in Nashville. He tied the 99-yard touchdown with a Hall of Famer running back Tony Dorsett of the Cowboys. So 2018, King Henry was already exploding. So that's your week in NFL history.
Thank you so much, Delilah. We always appreciate that.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.